Hey family, the last time I was here, I dropped Governor Newsom, your Trump is showing. I told you about the mess with workers' comp and how they denied my treatment. Today, I'm tapping in with the latest direct from Costa Rica. Well, here's the update. As of August 22nd, they denied payment because there's no doctor to provide clearance. Isn't that a catch-22? How can a doctor clear me if you refuse to pay for treatment? And then they say you can't pay me because I don't have treatment? That's the game. Delay, deny, deflect until you're exhausted, broke, and forced out. And on September 2nd, that's exactly what happened. I was constructively discharged from my job, forced out. Not because I couldn't work, but because they made it impossible for me to return. And here's the thing, this isn't just workers' comp. I've seen the same playbook across CRD, DOJ, SCO, ACSS, the whole alphabet soup. Different agencies, same tactics. Deny treatment, blame the doctor, block appeals, and wear you down until you disappear. And while Newsom is out here making headlines for standing up to Trump, he's running the same game on the left. Trump in leftist costume. And when leaders are untouchable, it's black women, it's marginalized workers, it's underrepresented voices that get silenced. Take Dr. Lisa Cook at the Federal Reserve. Trump tried to fire her over allegations from before she even took office. And because it was Trump, with so many people ready to check his every move, Lisa's story got spotlighted. She had visibility, political utility, and within weeks her case was in front of a federal judge. The law was upheld and she was protected. Now let's talk about California. Gavin Newsom, by refusing to hold his administration accountable, has constructively discharged me from state service without cause. With Lisa Cook, Trump at least had a claim of wrongdoing. My employer has no claim of wrongdoing on my part at all. None. In fact, every single step of separation was driven by wrongdoing on part of agency administrators. But here's the difference. Because Newsom is being held as the anti-Trump, folks are eating up the drama he's creating, and no one wants to look at the fact that his administration is engaging in the same tactics, asleep at the wheel, running the same playbook: delay, deny, discharge. He hasn't delivered for everyday Californians. He protects big business. He sits comfortably in billionaire pockets just like Trump. So there I was, staring down a system designed to break me and realizing if I kept waiting for justice for them, I would never rise. So I made a choice. Yes, I'll keep fighting them in court and on social media. I'm playing the long game on exposure and accountability. But I refuse to let my entire life be defined by waiting on justice that may never come. I needed space to rest, to remember who I am outside of fight, flight, and freeze. After 5 years with the BSCC, my nervous system was fried, constantly overstimulated, always bracing for the next blow. That's where Costa Rica comes in. Costa Rica became my reset button. It was the place where I could start to breathe again, where peace, joy, and ease aren't luxuries but daily practices. And here's the wild part. Costa Rica was already in my vision. Back in 2023, I storyboarded that I would take a grown-up gap year in 26. 3 months in Costa Rica, 3 months in Bali, and 3 months in Spain. I thought I had time to plan it, but when the state and workers' comp started tightening their grip, the timeline moved up. Then the universe stepped in, and a Costa Rica relocation retreat landed in my inbox. It seemed like a fluke. I joined the webinar, and by the end of the day, I had paid the deposit. I didn't know how it would work out, but I trusted. And sure enough, within a couple of weeks after I booked, the games escalated. On August 25th, the workers' comp adjuster called to say that my benefits were delayed. 3 days later, on August 28th, BSCC payroll emailed me claiming they lost my timesheet, which meant the state paycheck would also be delayed. Every move was calculated to throw me into chaos and despair, but I had already clocked their playbook. I stretched their clock as long as I could, and when it became apparent that their game was to impact my livelihood, that was my cue that they were constructively discharging me. So on September 2nd, 2025, I delivered their equipment along with my constructive discharge resignation letter. And on September 5th, I boarded a plane. Not broken, not running, but stepping into my next chapter by choice. So this starts the next chapter of Working While Black. I'll keep exposing patterns and naming the truth because silence only serves the system. This also marks the expansion of Level Up Coaching, because the truth is the same coaching tools and practices I use with my clients are what carry me through this fight. They help me reset my nervous system, reclaim my voice, and step into transformation instead of despair. And that's what makes this moment different. I didn't just build Level Up Coaching in theory, I lived it. I tested it on myself in the fire, and I came out stronger. And that's the power that I want to share with the world. If you've ever felt silenced or stuck, walk with me. Over the next few weeks, you'll see more about justice, about healing, and about building something bigger than survival. Because this work isn't just about my story. It's about all of our stories. And I believe that when we speak up, when we transform, and when we refuse to stay small, we win. So thank you for tuning in. Continue to share this message, share this channel, like, subscribe, and join me in the fight to keep the state moving in a right direction.